Okay, this video, let's talk about checking in and checking out. Very important function of the Vault. The whole idea of it is it's a database for us that only one person can work on a part at a time. But you could have multiple people working on different parts of a project that all come up together at the same time. But it keeps it organized, so we're not working on the same file and having a mismatch there of who's working on what. So let's start with Vault status icons. These icons will be in your Vault browser, either the actual client or in your Inventor Vault browser. And you can use these to tell you what kind of file you're looking at and to make sure you're synced up correctly with what the Vault has. So white circles are good. White circles mean your local file. When I say local, it means your computer, basically what you already have downloaded, matches the Vault, which is an Azure cloud server. Green circle. This means that the file on your computer has been saved and has newer changes on it than what's in the Vault. So somehow you've made an edit to that part on your local, and now your local's newer than the Vault, which is not good generally. So if we see that green circle, we want to get revision on that and make sure it's refreshed. Now, quickly, I'll say that sometimes you have to take that green circle with a grain of salt. Sometimes when you just change the view, like you're looking at a part and you change the view and maybe you're saving an upper level assembly and it accidentally saves over that part, you haven't really made any changes, you just change the view a little bit, that will make your part go green circle. So most of the time it's not the end of the world. Don't freak out like, oh, what did I do? Just make sure you get the revision and you can move on. Red arrows pointing around. This means that somebody else has updated that part from what you've last downloaded on your local. So I've downloaded it, and then Jimmy over there, he was working on it. He checked it out, then he checked it back in with a new version. Now I'm seeing red. I need to get the newest version. A check mark in the circle means you have the file checked out. It's reserved to you. You're the only one who can work on it at that time. At least only your changes will get saved. So you can also see it with the blue and bold text as you see here. And what we do is we can combine this check mark with the circles above. So when I'm looking at these files over here, so I see this, when I see this white circle with a check mark through it, that means I have it checked out, but I have not made any changes, or at least I have not saved any changes. So we can actually use this when we're looking at undo checkout in a little bit. And then when we look at this one is a green circle with a check mark, which is what I actually want to see. I want to see a check mark when I'm actually trying to make changes to something, and I've saved that. Again, my local version is newer than the Vault version, and I do have it checked out. So that's what you want to see. And it means that when I go to undo checkout or clean up my local, I want to actually inspect this part to make sure, to see what I've changed and make sure I want to upload that. Whereas this white circle with a check mark, I know I can undo checkout and I'm not going to lose any work because I have not saved any changes. On the flip side, when somebody else has something checked out, you're going to see this gray, italicized, and crossed out part number. So when you see that, you know somebody else has it checked out. When they check it in, if they've made changes, you will likely see the red arrows. There's some other icons you're going to see there. This one, a white circle with a plus, that means that it's actually a new file. So you'll only see this in your Vault browser within Inventor. So it has a little browser. You have the lock icon. This is locked out. So I'll lock out the project file eventually again, and some of the templates. So you'll see that locked icon. Triangle, again, just get the revision. Same with the I here. And then no icon means you do not have the file downloaded. Just to see this, probably the best way to visualize it is Jeff and Tyler are both working on the same file. We both have white circles. Jeff is checking it out. Jeff is checking out with the white circle, checks it out. Tyler then sees that it's checked out. Jeff then saves a change. He still hasn't checked it in yet, but he's saved a change to that file. And then he's going to check it in right at this line. So what I see is, okay, it's checked out. It'll always be a white circle because the last version that was uploaded to the Vault will still match my local until he checks in a new one. In that case, then I get the red arrows. So he sees white circle here because he's checked in, his locals match the Vault. And then once I get that file, now I'm matched up as well. So hopefully that makes sense. CAD data has to go through a CAD program, has a DWG, IAM, IPT. DXFs actually can be dragged and dropped only the first time you load them in, but everything else has to go through either Inventor or AutoCAD. Non-CAD data, PowerPoints, spreadsheets, everything else. Vault is essentially just a file management server. It's just specifically robust for CAD programs, but it can handle any file. And you also have an Autodesk Vault add-in within your Office products if you wanted to utilize that. We already went over duplicate file names. So there are many ways to check in or check out a file. You can do it in the Inventor Vault tab. Let's look at some of this stuff. Okay, so I'm currently not logged in. You can tell that by the status icon that tells me I'm not logged in. So let's do that. I'm going to log in. Remember to remove the server. Cloud that out. Okay. Now I'm going to see my status icons. So I have some out-of-date things right here. So let's open something from my not approved. I have some kind of donut hole here, top maybe. Not really sure. So you can see if you don't see Vault right here, just click this plus icon and you'll see a Vault drop down. And obviously you can see that's where you get the iLogic as well. So I'm seeing green circle here. I've made changes. So one way I could check this out is to right click right from here and check out. It's probably my favorite way. You can also do Vault from here, checkout, Vault, file, Vault, checkout. So many different ways to skin the cat, right? You can also check out from Vault directly. So we could see that same file here, Kennedy test, and I could right click, check out right from here. Oh, and I did just do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo checkout because I didn't mean to do that. We'll go over undo checkout in a bit. Basically, it erases the idea that you ever checked it out. You don't want to just check it back in. You want to undo when you do something you didn't mean to. Okay, so many different ways to check it out. And I think my next slide is on prompts. So this is a file that I opened from Vault, and you can see how many prompts I came across here, right? Like just to open one file. And it's a mix of what I'm answering on each of these. So whenever I'm opening from Vault, I always just click no through these if I want to check out. And then when I get the file open, I go to that Vault tab and I choose what files I want to check out. So just naturally all these prompts, if it has anything to do with checking out, I'm clicking no or no to all. It just makes it easier. But you can see this one, your local file has been modified. Do you want to replace it with the selected version from Vault? That I am clicking yes to all. I want my files to match the Vault. I've got a resolved issue here. I got to click yes to. I'm missing files. Do I want to download those from the Vault? That's obviously yes every time, but they still prompt you in case you don't want to open the file. Would you like to update the assembly now? Basically the same question as that or as above, but I'm clicking yes. For some reason I have to slip. You get the idea, right? I'm going through these. Oh, and then do you want to check it out? Again, I've clicked yes to all to 2 of these. It's very easy to accidentally click yes to all, and just like that, you've checked out hundreds, if maybe 1,000 files. Just that fast. You've checked out every nut, bolt, flange in that assembly on accident. Didn't mean to. So it's very easy to make that mistake. The point being is have a good solution of how you're going to be checking them out, and then undo checkout. Again, mistakes will be made. And one thing we forgot to do in the Vault setup, which I should go back and add, is adding that search to know what you have checked out. We're going to do that right now. I'm going to look up what I have checked out, and you can see I have a mix here of green circles and white circles that are checked out. Which ones do you think undo checkout safely and you won't risk losing any work? You guessed it. It's the white circles with check marks. So those 2 I can highlight, right click, and undo checkout. Again, I don't want to just check those back in and make another version that I'm not even sure what I changed in, right? Every check-in, checkout, and check-in, every version we create takes up memory, takes up space in our server, which is fine, but everything should have a purpose as to why we're creating that version. And it should have a comment of what we're changing in that. So in these cases, I'm going to undo checkout, and then I'm going to look at the other ones and see if those changes actually need implemented, or maybe I started to make a change and then went in a different direction. Okay, so let's set up that search, and then we'll be wrapped up with this video on checking in and checking out. So this Save Search folders has nothing. Oh, it has one that I've built so far. It says checked out by anyone. So what we're going to do is, you can be right at Project Explorer. You're going to choose Find. It's going to bring up this dialog. Our property is going to be checked out by contains, and I'm just going to put my last name here. You would do the same with your own name. I'm going to click Add, and now I could click Find Now and it'll show me, but what I want to do is save that search. So currently I don't have anything checked out, but I'm going to save this with the classic floppy disk icon, and I'm going to call this search Saved by Me. And every single one of you should have this. You can keep it as saved as a folder. And especially as you're just getting started, you should be checking this at the end of every day and making sure you don't have files checked out. Just get in the habit of checking in your files every day. I've had a previous coworker that actually used to be the CRAD manager. He used to say it's like shutting your car door when you leave it for the night. Okay, open it, you're working on it, close the door, check it back in. Now, I don't fully agree with that. There are times when it's very convenient to keep things checked out for multiple days at a time. It's a big project. You don't want to have to be checking and checking out, but be referencing this, use it to your advantage. If I come in here and check this out, and now I just scroll down here and go to the Save by Me search, you'll see I can then see that those are the parts I have checked out. This one is a green circle. I know it's just a test part, but then I could review if I want to check that in, which I would have to do through Inventor. So I could just double click on it and that'll automatically pop up the Inventor file, which already was open, but or I could right click and undo checkout if there's anything in there I didn't mean to, especially if I accidentally clicked one of those yes to alls. I want to go through there and make sure as soon as possible I undo checkout on those. The undo checkout is especially important on library parts that are used across many assemblies. You don't want to accidentally edit one of those, or even create a version of one of those where now everybody's questioning what changed in this library part that everything uses, right? So, okay, that is checking in and checking out. Hope that all makes sense in the Vault status icons. Again, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks.